couple years ago, I set out to find the best perfume ever made. So I decided to go to one of the greatest perfume shops, Colonial Drug, in Harvard Square, to find out which they considered the best perfumes. Not so easy. Some perfumes, it turns out, are incredibly expensive, not because of what the perfume maniacs call the juice, but because of the bottle. You've got these amazing crystal bottles, Creed. These are very expensive. I'm told that some of these Creeds sell for $2,000 or some crazy prices like this. I don't know what you'd actually do with a bottle this big. So one of the great perfumes ever invented, and one of the first, was one called Mitsuko by Guerlain. And there's one that I think is great that I gave my wife some years ago called Fracas by Piguet. Then of course there's Shalimar, another classic. The problem with these perfumes, great as they are, is that anyone can get them here at Colonial Drugs or on the internet or anywhere else. They're not exactly rare. And I wanted to find something that was really impossible to get. I got in touch with a guy who's considered the greatest perfume expert in the world, Luca Turin. He wrote one of the definitive perfume guides. I put it to him. I wanted to know what he thought was the greatest perfume ever made. I wanted something that was unattainable. The answer was a perfume called Nombre Noir. This was a perfume that came out in 1982 by Shiseido, and it was immediately hailed by perfumistas as one of the greats, as perhaps the all-time great since. Shiseido is a Japanese perfume house, and they had an in-house perfumer named Jean-Yves Leroy, and he's credited with inventing only one perfume, this perfume, Nombre Noir. He basically took a natural fragrance called osmanthus, which is made from a Chinese shrub that is rare and extremely expensive, and he combined it with a synthetic molecule called damascone, which sort of smells like apple and wood and peach. Shiseido put out Nombre Noir in this amazing package. It was a black ground glass bottle packaged in black origami. It was incredibly expensive. In fact, Shiseido lost money on every bottle they sold. And then they discovered that the bottles of Nombre Noir started leaking. Shiseido recalled every one of these bottles and ran them over with a steamroller to destroy every single bottle in existence. And then the perfumer committed suicide. As a result, you couldn't find it anywhere. And to this day, it's incredibly hard to find. Nombre Noir has attained this strange mystique. It's like one of these Cabbage Patch dolls you can't get, or Beanie Babies. They are impossible to find, and as a result, everyone wants this. The reason I wanted to know what the greatest perfume in the world was, and the reason I wanted it to be incredibly hard to find, was that I have a character in my new book, Buried Secrets, named Diana Madigan, and this perfume was her perfume, and she could no longer get it. And this became a subplot in the book. My hero, Nick Heller, gives this perfume to Diana, his ex-lover. It's a bottle that he bought years ago. I have smelled it, a tiny quantity, which Luca Turin gave me. I bought myself this box here. I haven't even opened it. I sort of figure once I open it, something's going to happen to it. It's going to dissipate. I figure it's more valuable in the box here, and then if I ever decide to quit writing, I'll sell it.